Well, good morning and welcome to our winter pinning ceremony on this sort of very wintry Friday morning, but a warm celebration as we honor our graduates, both those that are here physically, the 3 that will be joining us today, as well as the 6 that are watching online or will be watching at a later time. So to get things started, if we could stand and welcome our 3 graduates for this semester as they come in. Okay, thank you. The faculty and I were talking. I think this is the first time that we've had such an intimate gathering for our pinning ceremony. So it's certainly very special, and it brings back a memory that I had of about 30 years ago when I was a graduate student at The Ohio State University. And we had a faculty member who was a Quaker, and there was a special event. And I had never been to a Quaker gathering. And basically, involved sitting in a circle and people sharing as they were led to share. So since we are rather small, if any of you would like to share, we have a graduate speaking, but any family that might want to share, we have some faculty sharing. So it's sort of that Quaker experience of as you feel led, feel free to join in, since we are rather small this morning. To get things started, I'd like to invite Professor Barbara Kramer, who is going to also extend some words of welcome to our graduates and to the family and friends gathered here this morning.
As if you haven't seen enough of me already, right? For those of you, the few parents, do I need this?
Yes.
I've got to, oh, I'm sorry, okay. For those parents and family that are here, you don't know, but these poor 3 students have had me pretty much for the last 2 years. So here I am again. Ken asked me to come and welcome you in place of our chair, Dr. Barkdahl. She would very much like to have been here today, but had an emergency out of town. I wanted to explain what the Dr. Myrna Haga pinning ceremony is for those of you who don't know. Dr. Haga was a professor here for 42 years and retired 7 years ago now, about 7 years ago, and has since passed away. But Myrna was my original advisor when I came to school here in 1975. And it was always such an honor for me to have had her as a mentor and then to actually work alongside her for a year. It felt kind of strange working alongside someone who was pretty much my idol. But she had a great love for undergraduate workers and felt a real need for undergraduate workers, and wanted to honor them in the same way we honor the MSW students with a hooding ceremony. And so it was her dream to have this pinning ceremony. And because some alumni came together, we were able to put this together and fund it so that we could honor Myrna. And she was able to be here for the very first pinning. And I think, I think the picture in your program is of her at the pinning, but it's not. But as I said, Myrna has since passed away, but we still love to honor her and remember her. I just wanted to say a few words to the 3 of you. Yesterday, I just got an email from a former student who graduated last summer. She had been in my office many, many times this semester. She was working on campus and would come to my office and would be so stressed out about having to take her licensing exam. Have you all heard about the licensing exam yet? Have you seen the fretting that goes on and the worry? Yes. Okay. Well, I need to tell you, as I told this student many times, that she has been taught by the best, my colleagues. These people have over 100 years. Gosh, more than that. I think between Ken and Bruce and I think we've got our own 200 years in. But you've been taught by the best, and trust yourselves. You're going to do fine. You have great skills. Yes, do you have more to learn? We all do, but you're going to do just fine. And you know more than you think that you do, okay? And like I said, I've told you many times in seminar, the vast majority of our students pass their exams. Anyway, so when I got the email yesterday morning, it just read in great big letters, I passed. So please know that you're ready, and I wish you the best, and hopefully you never have to hear my voice again. So thank you very much, and welcome to the ceremony, and thank you for coming in this weird weather, and safe returns.
Thank you, Professor Kramer. At this point, we'd like to invite our faculty speaker for our ceremony this morning, a person that's known well to the graduates and esteemed by all of us, Professor Barbara Kitko, who will be sharing some words of wisdom to send you forth.
Yes, I am short. Well, this is interesting because when Barb was talking about Myrna Haga was also my advisor. Not only do we share the same first name and same first last initial, Myrna was my advisor as well, and I have a lot of good memories of her. I want to piggyback on what Barb said. You absolutely all will. I have great hopes you'll pass. Don't overthink it. I spent far too much time presenting or preparing for this presentation, and then I couldn't get it to print this morning. So I'm trying to be flexible. My students who've had me, Autumn, I don't think I had you as a student, but students who've had me know I like to be over-prepared. I always have way too much information. And so let's see if I can pull this up. And I'm thinking that the tech person can see. Okay. So I was going to try to wing it, but I really had a lot of fun putting this together, so bear with me. On behalf of the Social Work Department, I want to congratulate you, soon-to-be graduates, on a journey well-traveled. You didn't get here alone. How blessed you are to have the support and love of the family and friends through these years. It really does take a village. I think the people sitting in the audience can support that same theory. In Social Work 424, Individuals and Families, Assignment 4, Intervention and Termination, you were asked to write a social work perspective of how you would terminate your relationship with a fictitious client and how the client and you as the worker may experience that termination. How are you feeling right now? Ambivalent, joyful, some sadness, nostalgic, maybe a little bit of fear and worry, and above all, probably very hopeful and grateful. See, there is a method to our madness, preparing you for this moment. I'm wondering about your parents and your family members. What might they be thinking? What do you think your family is saying right now? You've made it to adulthood? Welcome to the real world? Or maybe you just finished the easiest part of your life. Okay, who are we kidding? You finally made it? Lastly, we're done paying your bills. So, with all kidding aside, I know your parents and your family members are full of pride and admiration over your accomplishments. Have you had time to reflect on the last 4+ years and what those have meant to you? Who made a difference during your time at UND? Have you taken time to express your gratitude? What did you learn? Not in the book, but about life, hardship, perseverance, determination, and friendship. If you haven't contemplated your time at UND, you will now have time to occupy. Since you won't have any reports to write, group presentations to give, exams to take, social work, club volunteer hours, or those late night commitments with your friends, sorority sisters, teammates, coworkers, and partners meeting up at sporting events, the Loft, Archives, Starbucks, Bonzers, Joe Black's, Buffalo Wild Wings, and maybe Rhombus Guys. As most of the students know, I was in practice for 30 years, and I'm going to share a little bit about what I learned in the field. So, where's my cape? That's the reason we all go into social work, to wear that flashy cape and be a superhero. Batman's motto is, with great power comes great responsibility. We have such an honor and privilege to experience the world through the eyes of our clients. We get to assist our clients in writing their own story of success through the art of listening while infusing hope and self-worth. What an awesome responsibility we are trusted with. I'm going to share a couple of my lessons, actually far more lessons than I thought I was going to write down, but I'm going to share a couple of my lessons that I wish I'd learned sooner while I was in practice. Some of these who have had my class will remember some of these messages. First of all, you can't save everyone. That's the client's choice, and it's called the right to self-determination. They get to choose. Our job is to be empathetic, listen, be present, provide resources and interventions. As social workers, you will fill many roles in your career: change agent, case manager, social justice fighter, therapist, child welfare worker, policymaker, educator, researcher. Don't get stuck on the title. In your genogram assignment, you started your tour in considering your own baggage. Everyone has their own stuff. Make sure yours isn't impacting your practice. If it does, take a look at what you need to resolve through your own work of self-discovery, therapy, supervision, consultation, and mindfulness. Social workers don't do this work alone. That's why it's called social work. You need to be comfortable saying, I don't know, and just being present with not having all the answers. You will listen more than you will talk. Since you're all coming off a field, you maybe learn that how valuable that message is, and some of you will remember Todd Sage's percentage. Any of you students remember the percentage of talking and listening? 80-20, 70-30, somewhere around there, yep. Good. See, you did learn. You will make mistakes, and that's where the real growth happens. Be kind to yourself and don't expect perfection. Advocate for your clients and yourself. At times, this might be very difficult because you may be the only one standing on the sideline advocating. Be proud of our professional title. Social workers often sell themselves short. Yes, you can, you will, and you do make a difference. You plant the seeds. Normal is just a setting on a washing machine. Documentation. I think enough has been said because there's no way we can prepare you for the amount of documentation that you will do by every phone call you make and every person you talk to and every car ride you go on for home visits. It's vital to be a lifelong learner, not just for your license, but for your clients. Have a sense of humor. It's a defense mechanism, and there is science behind the healing power and the positive effects of laughing. Lastly, put your own oxygen mask on first. Self-care is essential to our practice. It looks different for everyone. It's not a one-size-fits-all. It's your ethical responsibility, and it's lifelong and doesn't happen without practice. Use your resources, and remember, we are all human. So that means setting boundaries, learning to say no, which is difficult, but vital to your survival in this profession. Practice healthy habits, sleeping, eating, exercising, meditating. Yes, please make sure you take your breaks in your lunch hour. Ask for help from your colleagues, supervisors, and as UND faculty, we really are here to support you on your professional journey. Balance mind, body, spirit. You can't expect your clients to do something you won't do for yourself. For the benefit of the audience, I'd like to talk briefly about core values of social workers. It might help family members understand why we behave in a certain manner and enter into some of those tough, difficult dinner conversations. Service to others. So as social workers, we value, and you guys have sat in every single one of your social work classes, starting with the pre-social work classes, learning about our code of ethics and what our values are, core values, as a profession. So service to others. This is the foundation to all other values in our profession. It's putting the needs of your clients before our own. Gandhi said it best, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Social justice. This value sets us apart from all other professions. It's the need to support and advocate for the underprivileged, vulnerable, oppressed populations, an inherent desire to improve the lives of those less fortunate. We are change agents. Human dignity and worth, the inherent value of every human life, acceptance, respect for all. The importance of human relationships. People will remember how you made them feel. Our relationships are an important vehicle for change with our clients. It can enhance the well-being of individuals, families, groups, and communities. Integrity. For those of you who've had me, Brene Brown is a PhD social work researcher, and she states, integrity is choosing courage over comfort, choosing what is right over what is fast, fun, or easy, and choosing to practice our values rather than simply professing them. Competence, stay within your lane. Practice what you know, learn if you don't, and knowing that your learning is never over. Our work isn't flashy, and most of us don't win awards, but the rewards we receive every day to show up, hear, see, and feel the pain of others is truly an honor not many other professionals receive. When you're living your life as a social worker, you are a change agent. You are helping, advocating, educating, being compassionate, along with so many other values. Take care of yourself. Remember what I said about mistakes and growths. You will encounter hurdles along the way, and you will fail. According to J.K. Rowling, it is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. Wow, think of all the growth that comes with those moments when you sit in your own discomfort. The last 4 years, maybe? When I think back of my life on all the moments I failed, those were the moments I learned, that I persevered, I was dedicated, I trusted in the process. You are leaving UND with a gift, a toolbox earned by you. It's called education. Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. So what are you waiting for? What will you do to change the world? I'd like to close with a quote by John Legend. Love yourself, love your work, love the people around you. Dare to love those who are different from you, no matter where they're from, no matter where they're from, what they look like, and who they love. Pursue this life of love with focus, passion, ambition, and courage. Give it your all, and that will be your path to true success. In this moment, on this special day, the Department of Social Work salutes you, our new 2017 social work graduates. Welcome to the profession.
Thank you, Professor, and for your words of wisdom that not only are relevant for the students, but also for us. So thank you very much for sharing this morning. At this point, I'd like to invite one of our graduates, Autumn Clayton, who is going to come up and share a few words as well.
So I'm grateful to be here. Thank you guys for having me. God has blessed me to take part in this unique educational experience. He has gifted me with exceptionally driven professors and faculty to usher me through these learning opportunities. It is a privilege for me to be standing here surrounded by you, my family, and my friends, and my team members, to invest in the larger mission of promoting social justice through service. It's a rich but common part of life, and I seek to continue this journey into the next chapter of my life. And I pray that I would strive for nothing less than to meet many more profound life pathways and individuals such as you. Thank you.
Thank you, Autumn. At this point, what I'd like to do, since there's a number of graduates who are not here present, but maybe watching online, I'd like to go through the list of those graduates who are not physically present and recognize them, and then we'll go into recognizing those that are here with us this morning. So what I will be doing is I'll be sharing their name as well as where they did their field placement, their research topic, and who their advisor is. And then at the end, we'll do a applause for all those graduates. The first person is Moria Dunn. Her field placement site was at UND Trio Upward Bound. Her seminar research topic was Boundaries of Dual Relationships in the Social Work Profession. I had the honor of being her advisor. Freitag. His field placement site was the Grand Forks Juvenile Court. The seminar topic was Effectiveness of Juvenile Drug Court Programs, and his advisor was Barb Kramer. Totona Yeager, field placement site was the Capital Area Counseling Services Center, and the research topic was an exploration of therapeutic foster care. And the advisor was Angie Muse. Brandy Shawn, her field placement site was the Grand Forks Juvenile Court as well, and her field or research topic was alternative schools and their impact on society, and her advisor was Brett Weber. Taylor Tegg, her field placement site was Ramsey County Social Services. Her research topic was the welfare of the child in the child welfare system, and her advisor was Barbara Kitko. And Brandy Volbrecht, her field placement site was Wright County Health and Human Services. Her research topic was person-centered social work practice, and her advisor was Barb Kramer. As you can see, there's a diversity of experiences and interests that really reflect the diversity of the profession, and like to recognize their achievement at this point. Now to those that are here physically with us this morning, I'd like to have the faculty come forward. And as I call your name, you'll be receiving a pin which reflects your commitment to the profession of social work. And then you will be receiving something that was drafted and designed by Professor Myrna Haga, the ABCs of Social Work. So encourage you to frame it, put it in your offices, and to remind yourselves of what we're all about as social workers. And it's really a living memorial to Myrna's career as a social worker here at UND and before she got here. So at this point, I'd like to call forward Autumn Clayton. You could come forward. And maybe right over here. Her field placement site was the High Plains Fair Housing Office. Her research topic was the prejudices of social justice. Her advisor was Yingping Haish, who is unable to be here this morning. So I have had the honor of having you as a faculty member, and so I would have the honor of presenting the pin. And if there's any pictures, someone's grabbing the phone. How about we go over there and our next graduate is Alexandra Kubashek. Her field placement site was the Carver County Social Services. Her research topic was secondary traumatic stress in county social services worker. Her advisor was Angie Muse, who is unable to be here. So if Bruce Reeves could present the pin in the absence of Angie, and we certainly congratulate you. Our next graduate is Cassidy Mosier. Her field placement site was Andrew Residence. Her seminar research topic was mental illness and eating disorders, and her advisor was Barb Kramer. So at this point, this ends our pinning ceremony. The words come to mind of you may be few in number here this morning, but you're mighty in strength. So we're really issuing the call for you to serve the profession, serve the clients who are going to come to you in need of your empathy and your professional judgment. And we wish you all the best as you move forward with your career in the profession of social work. So welcome.